A very good afternoon. Hi there. A very good afternoon. So here I am with my daily live, and we are going to talk about IELTS exam, the English language, and yes, we are on a mission to add 5,000 words to our vocabulary. Now, missions must be big. Missions must be gigantic. Okay, so here we start. Yesterday I did around 15 to 20 words with you. I'll make a list and I'll display it also so that you can revise it and stay in step with me, and let's go to make a big words power bank for us as we approach the IELTS. Okay, so here we go. What are the three main mistakes that IELTS takers make in the reading section? Okay, yesterday I spoke about the listening section. So the major mistake that these IELTS takers make is, I'll show you also. Let's see this. Okay, here you go. Okay, so the major mistake that IELTS makers make, number one, you spend too much time on one question. Now, you know there are fixed number of questions and you have to answer each question within that time span. The time doesn't wait, IELTS doesn't wait. So if you dwell more than required on one question, you are likely to miss your other question. So the best would be to skip it and come back to it later on when you are editing your test, which is a must. Number two mistake, you misinterpret the questions. Now, when will you misinterpret? Obviously, when you have limited vocabulary or you don't know what each word stands for. So as you are preparing, know what kind of questions asked, what are the fixed vocabulary questions they ask, what does describe mean, what does enunciate mean, what does it mean, you have to give your opinion. So if you know for sure what they are trying to ask and then you answer, only then you are attempting it fully. Number three, you skip unknown vocabulary. So as you're reading your passages, there are words there, and some words may have more impact than the others. So you just can't skip the words, ignore it, close your eyes to it. Try and gauge the meaning from the context around it if it's new to you. In any case, here we are on a drive to improve our vocabulary. Okay, so you're not spending time on one question. You have to distribute your time. You will not misinterpret question. For that, you need to pre-plan and prepare hard and take precautions. Number three, you will not skip vocabulary. And here we are today on a mission to work on our vocabulary. So today, my main theme is the architectural marvels. You get something to write. Maybe you visited a place or some thing you want to recall and write. So what kind of words will make it more impactful, will give it more weight, your essay, when you start writing? Number one, these are very simple words, and I have highlighted within the example sentences that I'm trying to show new words which you can further incorporate. So it is a picture in picture kind of thing. Number one is design. The design of the building incorporates elements of both modern and traditional architecture. So what's the new word here? It is incorporate. That is to include, to add on. So along with design, you wrote the word incorporate. Next is the structure. Now, structure is very simple. How do you structure something? How do you structure a building? The structure will be different in one place from the other. Do you notice that? Do you perceive that? The ancient structure has stood the test of time and remains a symbol of the city's history. Stood the test of time. Now, this is again a phrase. It's an idiom. So what is it telling you? It has stood the test of time. That means it has been there for many years, weathering the storms, the weather conditions, the climatic conditions, and it's still there. And it is still there, intact. So it has stood the test of time. So even though years have passed, the structure is still there, standing mighty and erect. despite the long historicity of that building or that structure, stood the test of time. Next is innovation. This is an age of innovation. I'm sure you have heard of this word. So, what happens when you're talking of materials and architectural things? The innovative use of materials and technology sets this architectural marvel apart from other. So, to set apart, to make it unique, to make it different, to make it stand out. So, set apart. There is another built in phrase which you must know, stood the test of time, set something apart. Okay, next is the landmark. For example, Eiffel Tower is not only a landmark of Paris, but also an iconic architectural masterpiece. So here another word for you is iconic. Iconic is something that stands as a sample, stands as a model. You know, you look at icons, you know, so it is derived from this word iconic, that stands for, that represents, is symbolic of what? Architectural masterpiece, architectural specimen. Preservation. Efforts are underway to ensure the preservation of the historic building for future generations to admire. So, what is the new word incorporated into it? Is underway. So, what are the 10 words? Underway is in the process, in the pipeline. Okay. So, efforts are underway to ensure the preservation of the historic building for future generations to admire. So, what are the 5 words? Quick reminder: structure stood the test of time, design incorporates, innovation sets them apart, landmark, which is an iconic, and preservation is underway. Okay, my another theme today was camping. So if you get something to write on the topic related to camping, so what kind of words you can put in there to show that you are familiar with this topic and you have enough word bank at your disposal to make your write-up interesting, okay, and a good read. So camping, you need a tent, you need a campfire, you need a torch, you need a camp stove, you need a rope, you need hiking boots, you need sleeping bag. So all these words, if you use them while you are writing the essay, it will make sense there. Okay. So what are the words that we are using? It is bug spray, backpack, air mattress, cramped, cramping, camping gear. And what are the things camping gear? We need all that when we go for camping is the hat, the raincoat, the torch, the compass. And what happens when you're camping? You're close to the nature. You are in the lap of the nature. You are in the vicinity of nature. You are there with the nature. So firewood and campground. At times, if you go to cities where it is maintained by the city, by the governments there, camping grounds are maintained where you can actually go and book yourself a tent there and you get all the paraphernalia ready there. You just have to hire it and enjoy the camping. Okay. Next is the wildlife. So whenever you go for camping, there has to be some wildlife in the vicinity. So you can always think of something, some specific wildlife, and talk about it and make your essay interesting. So much so about the vocabulary. So on this note, I will end my. Where do I stop? Okay, yeah. So I end this. Stop sharing. Yeah. Okay. So I end today's live. This was very short. It was barely 10 minutes. So every day I'll meet you live here and we'll talk about IELTS and the 3 mistakes. So tomorrow I'll take another section and we'll talk of the mistakes done here. Okay, just a second. Just a second. Yeah. I have some more words written here, so I might as well share them with you because it was the intention. Number 1 is adept. Now, what is adept? Adept is when you are skilled at something, when you are good at something. For example, you may be adept at singing, you may be adept at technology, you may be adept at something or the other. So when you're skilled at something, you say, my friend is adept at mathematics. My friend is adept at computers. So your next is alleviate. Now, what does alleviate mean? I'll just share this with you. Okay. So what does alleviate mean? Alleviate means to lessen, to mitigate, to make it less. So what do you do to alleviate your headache? What do you do to alleviate your stomach ache? What do you do to alleviate your stress? Okay, so alleviate is to lessen, to make it less. uh, there it is. Okay, next is breakthrough. Breakthrough is to make an achievement. You're struggling to do something and then suddenly you make a breakthrough. It is a breakthrough into something. So I made a breakthrough of going live a few days back. Today again I had a hiccup, a technology glitch, and I had to start it late, and I apologize for that. So next is coherent. Now this is a very important aspect of your IELTS writing part. When you are judged, when you are corrected, coherence is one important yardstick where your essay is assessed and judged. Coherence means there is a logical connection of linking one thought with the other or one context with the other. And you talk coherently, you write coherently. You don't jump from one to the other. So there is a proper progression, and that is coherence. So when you plan coherently, like from A to Z, your each section one at a time, your planning, your coherence in the planning will help you achieve your goals better and faster. And the last one is comprehend, which is very common. I'm sure you have comprehension passages in your English language. So what does comprehend mean? Comprehend means to understand. So when you're given a passage, a comprehensive passage, on the basis of that passage, you're expected to write something. That's what you do in your reading section. There are comprehension passages. So you comprehend them, and then you write your answers according to your comprehension. Okay, which should be close to, which should be the right answers. Okay, so with this I end my stream here, and yes, I shall meet you again tomorrow the same time. I hope and pray tomorrow there'll be no technology glitch, and I'll see you at the right time. So with this, happy preparation to you.